Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Lionheart Hauling and Junk Removal. For a lot of junk removal services, not all of them, but a lot of them, it's a slow time of the year, the holidays, going into December, Christmas, New Year's, tends to slow down a little bit. So I've taken advantage of that, and I've been spending time figuring out how I'm going to build up my sidewalls. So I'm actually finally, all the paint's dried, so I'm at the step where I can actually start installing it. It's not a lot of daylight left, so I'm not sure how far I'm going to get. This is not going to be a step-by-step thing, but it is going to be one of the more unique wall buildups that you'll see on YouTube. You'll see what I'm saying when I'm done with it. So I've got 2 by 12 by 12s here, 4 of them. Those are going on the sidewalls. So we're going to go up 2 feet. And then I've got 4 2 by 12 by 8s inside. That's going to go on the front and the back, so I'm going all the way around. We've got 3 coats on here. Got this saw from a junk removal job. I tested it, it seems to be working. It's got a blade on there. I'm going to cut these supports, got stuff to donate here from other jobs. Got these boards here. I'm going to cut to the appropriate length and then get going. Let's go look at the trailer. Let's do a before on the trailer. Trailer is little. It's about to get bigger. Just wanted to verify we're level so I don't build it all crooked. Like I said, we're not just doing the walls, we're doing the front and the back as well. Doing the back kind of presented some challenges when I was designing it. So if I'm 2 feet higher up here, I don't want to just open this and then that stays in place. I want the whole thing to open, or have the option for the whole thing to open, or be able to open just the top to fill in this spot before closing those 2 sections. More to come on that.
got this from a job too. Carriage bolts are too long. I'm ready for the reveal on the trailer. The walls are up, front, back, and sides 2 feet higher. So what we're looking at right now is the trailer's 8 feet wide. Texas Pride, they go a little bit wider than some of the other brands. 12 feet long with 5-foot walls instead of 3-foot walls. And I can show you the math. I'll show it here in a second. There's a quick online tool that you can use to get your cubic yards. But when I had 3-foot walls, I had 10 cubic yards, and now it's 17.78, I believe. I'll do it here in a second on the video for you. But we're pushing 18, almost double the cubic yard capacity that we had. So I'm gonna be adjusting my pricing based on each quarter is X amount. It'll be on my website at some point shortly in the future. And I do apologize for my spot, it always looks horrible. But one of the challenges I had with this build is I had a plan and it didn't go exactly according to plan, but it did work out. I still have a couple of things I got to tweak on it and some touch up to do, but I wanted to get it on camera for everybody who's interested in this. And like I said, it's not a step-by-step, but I'll kind of walk through a little bit as I go around the trailer. Let's check it out. So on the sides, I went 2 by 12 by 12, and then the front and the back 2 by 8 by 12, and did self-tapping screws through the inserts all the way around for the 2 by 4s that are supporting them. Have wood screws going through each section that kind of held it into place until I got 4-inch carriage bolts. They ended up being too long and I had to cut them down to size so that when I dump, different items wouldn't hook onto them and not actually fall out of the trailer. And that goes into another challenge I had, because in the middle of building this, which takes a lot of time, jobs would come in and I would have to do those jobs with this halfway done. And so when I was cutting those bolts down, I had couches in here and there were sparks flying everywhere. I did have a fire extinguisher nearby, just in case. Safety first, always. So let's do a little walk around again with some commentary here. I'm not done with the tarp. I just have to come up with the solution to secure it up top up here. I can barely reach the top, and I'm 6'4". Alright, so still got the tarp to work on. I'm going to paint this once it's all done. This didn't exactly line up because the board wasn't exactly 12 feet long. It had a couple of issues. This board was bowing a little bit, so I threw this fence panel post in here and I still got to paint that. That's where the tarp used to hook in, and then on the other side in the back there's a hook. And so in my mind I was thinking, that's a great way to kind of hold this first board in place, but it caused it to kind of sink in a little bit, and you can see the difference right there. And then there's a little bit of space in between on each side, but it's holding tight. So if I could have done this, if I were to do this again, I would have cut this off and cut that hook off. I'm not going to go through the process of opening it up, and yes, we do have, since I had to open up the doors to throw these couches in there and get the washer and dryer and lawnmower out. Just wanted to show you how this works out. Just got a little bit of play. And this, as it came from the factory. That's that hook I was talking about. Should have cut that off too. Same thing over here. I think it's secure enough. It's about 3/4 full. I'm gonna throw these couches back in there. I initially started with just one of these. They're rated for 50 pounds and it was not strong enough, so I had to go 6 per side. When I have the tarp on, I've got an eyelet on the tarp in the center. I just hook it into there and it is secure. Obviously, to open this up, unhook this, flip that up, pull these out. That really secures it to this part down here of the trailer, the original walls. Then when I go to open it, and then I got the eyelets up there. And just completely ignore this. That's a long story. I don't even want to go. But I'll make that look better. So I unhook this. I got eyelets right there. Come around. And it hooks right in there. So when I'm dumping, it's closed, and it's got a little bit of play, but not much. That bolt head actually broke off right there. That's the only one that did. And you can see I've got another section here. I thought it was overkill. I think 3 is plenty. Yeah, so 2 carriage bolts per section. Those carriage bolts, if you buy a couple of them, aren't that expensive, but when you buy this many, how many do we have? 4, 8, 12, 24, 32 of them with the nuts as well. It adds up, it's pricey. The paint adds up, it's pricey. Did a coat of primer, 2 coats of black. I couldn't imagine having the placarding on the truck, the trailer, and then just having wood boards up there just with the natural wood color. So I'm glad I took the extra time to paint them, even though that was a pain. You'll have the boards down, then you paint them, then you flip them. Well, it has to dry, you paint them, then you flip them, and it has to dry again, coat after coat after coat. And then try not to mess things up as you go. But these are perfectly level, and there is a little bit of a gap there, as you can see. I can still jump up here. I used to throw stuff over the side. Those days are gone. But I can still jump up here. I just grab over here, come on up. You can see the inside where I had to cut these bolts down. Might have some items hook on them every once in a while, but not too worried about it now. But they were sticking out about like that, which was a problem. And then just reinforce the back walls with those metal plates. I'm gonna jump down here. I was still having issues with this staying flush, but after I installed this is actually for a gate, and that part would go into the ground, but it worked out well to secure this to this because of the way these hinges, I should say this upper part to this lower part, but the way that these hinges work versus the way these hinges work are totally different. And I could only find these in a weldable version, not a screw-in version. And so I'm not able to open, I can open them independently, which is fine, but I cannot open them together. So it'll take me a little bit more time at the landfill, because I'll have to get the top sections open and then the bottom sections, but it's just gonna add a little bit of time, which is fine because I'm going to be going to the landfill less. So still gonna touch some things up. It's still not completely done, but I wanted to get this video out, show everybody how the trailer looks, and I'm extremely excited that I've almost doubled my cubic capacity. Now, this wood is heavy, so I do notice the trailer feels different when I'm pulling it empty down the road. So also aerodynamics plays a factor. The trailer wall is actually taller than the top of the truck, and I can feel that wind resistance, especially when it's windy outside. I had to have added about, I could look on the website. I'll look and I'll put the number here of exactly how much weight, or close to how much weight I've added onto the trailer, but I can definitely feel it. So I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. This trailer empty before the walls was 3,900 pounds, so it's obviously over 4,000 now. I have noticed a little bit of a dip in gas mileage when I pull this now, but less trips to the landfill. I'm very happy about that. I have done a couple of jobs with these walls, and I used to have a fear when I did a job. It's like, okay, can I do the next job? But that fear's gone. I'm doing 4 or 5 jobs if they're smaller ones. If it's a massive job, then it'll fill it up. But all in all, I'm excited about the fact that I don't have to go to landfill so much. Such a huge relief. Let me know what you guys think. Any suggestions, drop them down in the comments. Thank you for watching. Take care and Happy New Year.